Hi there, my name is Leonie and today I want to talk about all of the books that I bought in the past few months. A book haul. So how it works when you're a booktuber is you just accumulate all the books you buy until you have enough to do a book haul. And usually you need at least 6 books to be able to talk for a long enough amount of time to be able to call it a full video. Now for most booktubers it takes about a month to get at least 6 books and therefore they are able to do book hauls each month. If you're wondering why it has been so long since I've uploaded a book haul, it's because this took me 6 months. Now if you're in a position to buy tons of books each month, that is great and definitely you do you, but I'm positive that there are many people who watch BookTube, including me, who don't have the time or the money or the space to buy that many books. My hand is getting very tired. I know that BookTube can sometimes kind of create this illusion that every avid reader should be buying tons of books. The point of this book haul is to basically just admit that I'm an avid reader, but I don't buy tons of books because I can't, and that's fine. So let's get into the 6 books that I bought in the past 6 months. So the first book I got is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I bought this as soon as it came out, which as you may know was in November last year. This is the second book in the Six of Crows duology, which Six of Crows is one of my favorite books of all time. I did start this book, but I was kind of in a reading slump, so I stopped reading because I wanted to be in the perfect reading mood when I was reading this book, so I still haven't finished it yet. But I will get to that. I tend to only buy paperbacks because they're more convenient and cheaper. But I have this series in hardcover because I have this rule with myself that if I think I'm really going to love a book, then I'm gonna buy it in hardcover. I got this in hardcover, which is a special sign, and it means that I really think I'm gonna love the book. The next book that I got is Hex by Thomas Oldeheuvelt. This book is a funny story because it is originally Dutch. When this was published a few years ago in the Netherlands, it didn't really get very popular. It wasn't a very big hit, but then they translated it to English, and then in America it just blew up and became super popular. Like George R.R. Martin blurbed it and he said Hex is creepy, gripping and original, and even Stephen King said this book is brilliant and completely original, and now even Steven Spielberg is making it into a TV show. So I bought it in the original Dutch edition, obviously, because I want to read it in its original language. And I wanted to read this for Halloween, but then I didn't read it at Halloween, so now my idea is I'm gonna read it next Halloween. Now I don't really know what this book is about because I like going into thriller horror books not knowing much, but what I know is that it's about like the small town and there is a witch, and you have a few guys who are, from what I know, like YouTubers, and they make vlogs and they want to catch this witch on camera, and then horror ensues, I'm assuming. The next book I bought was An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Now I know that I recently made a video in which I talked about all the books that I DNF'd, which included this book, and in that video I said specifically, don't try to convince me because I'm not gonna try these books again. And here I am. It's just that I saw this book in a bookstore and it was only €5. Like, it had a huge discount, and my friend who absolutely loved this book was like, you have to buy it, you have to try it, I'm like 100% positive you're gonna love this. So I was like, okay, I'll buy it. It's very cheap, so I can do that because I'm trash and I'm very easily persuaded by low book prices. So if I'm ever in the mood to read a dystopian book again, then at least I have this, because I currently don't have any books on my TBR that are dystopians, so now I do. And it was cheap. The next book that I got was A Fire and Stars by Audrey Caldwell. This is also a hardcover, but I actually got this book for free, so that's great. This is a fantasy story about a princess who has to marry the prince of another country where magic is forbidden, but she herself has magic, so she has to keep it secret. And then, if things couldn't already get worse, she also falls in love with the prince's sister. Oh no! Okay, I've actually already read this book and I talk about it in my December wrap-up if you're interested in hearing my thoughts. Then the next book that I got is actually a graphic novel, and that is Adulthood is a Myth by Sarah Scribbles. You might recognize Sarah Scribbles because she makes like these comics, which are all over the internet. I absolutely love those comics. I think they're super funny, so I wanted to support the artist by buying her collection. Can I find all of these comics online for free? Yes. Did it only take me 1 hour to read this book? Yes. Does it matter? No. And then the last book that I bought recently is Caraval by Stephanie Garber. So I was really very much looking forward to this book, which is why I even pre-ordered it, which I don't do very often. But this was supposed to be like a very magical, mysterious, atmospheric read about this magical tournament circus. It's not a circus. Just like, don't be deluded by anyone who tells you that. It is a magical tournament, but there's not much focus on the tournament. It's basically about our main character Scarlet, whose sister is kidnapped by the overlord of the tournament. And then the first person in the tournament who will find Scarlet's sister will win the wish. So obviously Scarlet also enters because she wants to save her sister. And in the meanwhile, she gets the help of this bad boy, slightly problematic dude. And together they try to find Scarlet's sister. And that's what this book is about. I actually already read this and I was kind of disappointed in it. And I really want to do a review because I have a lot to say. But I know that some of my subscribers don't watch my, well actually, most of my subscribers don't watch my review, so if you would be interested in a review on Caraval, please let me know, because if no one's interested, then I'll just talk about it in my wrap-up. So let me know. Anyway, the good thing is that I already know that I won't have to spend money on the next book in the series. And those are all the books that I bought in the past half year. I hope you now realize that you can still be a booktuber or an avid reader if you don't have lots of books. That's fine. It's all fine. And I will see you in a few months with my next book haul.
Yeah, I go.